Well, this is interesting. Hey, Giants fans, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you love the Giants and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. There's a lot of Aaron Rodgers talk going on. Now, a couple of days ago, I made a video because there was a rumor going around that the New York Giants made a strong offer to Aaron Rodgers. Well, some of you pointed out that the Giants can't talk to Rodgers because he's still under contract with the Jets. Well, no joke. I know that. But Aaron Rodgers' representatives, they were given permission by the Jets to talk to other teams on Rodgers' behalf. And apparently, according to Giants beat writer Art Stapleton, that's what's been happening. Stapleton reported that the Giants are significantly interested in Aaron Rodgers. He also said that it would not be a shock to anybody in the league if Rodgers was the next Giants quarterback. Now, Aaron Rodgers last year, just under 3,900 pass yards, 28 passing touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Rodgers, coming off of that terrible injury, had a pretty solid season. He's on the wrong side of 40, though. People usually say wrong side of 30. He's on the wrong side of 40. However, he still had a very solid season with the New York Jets. Imagine him with Malik Neighbors. And imagine if the Giants could somehow go and acquire Devontae Adams, because apparently Rodgers would love to have Adams come along with him if he were to be a New York Giant. Also, too, Rodgers has a home in New Jersey, so it would be enticing for him to be a Giant. Now, no telling how much money Rodgers is going to command, but I think out of the options that are available, Rodgers is not the worst option. He can still play. That's not the problem. It's that he brings a potential circus along with him. And that's what the issue is. A distraction, a circus that Aaron Rodgers brings to whatever team he's going to play for in 2025. Now, would he be a good fit for the Giants? I don't think he would be a bad bridge option. I really don't. Especially if the Giants take Cam Ward at 1, if they trade up to 1, or they stay at 3 and they take Sanders, or if they take Sanders later on in the draft. Because, guys, so many people are thinking after this combine, so many people are thinking that it's very possible that Sanders slides down and goes into the late first round, maybe even to the first few picks of the second round. That's incredible. I did not envision that. Now, I said a lot that I wouldn't take Shedeur Sanders with the third pick, but apparently that's a popular opinion now. Now, does Sanders get past the Raiders? Does he get past the Jets? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think he would. But for some weird reason, the feeling is amongst plenty of people that Sanders is going to slither down that draft board. And he will go into the late first round. And if you're the Giants, and if you stay at 3, and Sanders is there in the late first round in the 20s somewhere, I would think about trading up. If you were thinking about trading up to number 1 and you didn't, and you stayed at 3, let's say you drafted a Travis Hunter, who the Giants are high on. Everybody is. He's the best player in the draft. So if you do draft Travis Hunter at 3, Sanders slides. If you're the Giants and you were going to give up assets to move up to 1, give up a few of those assets outside of the 3rd overall pick to move up to late first round to go and grab Sanders. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I would be up for that. I would. I think that's where it fits. Now, if you want to go get Sanders or Jackson Dart, that's up to you. But there are a lot of NFL scouts that are saying, and a lot of people within the league that are saying that Sanders is not the same talent that Cam Ward is. That if Ward goes 1 or 2 or 3, he's that kind of talent. A lot of people believe that Sanders is not. If given time, he could do some special things. In fact, last year, he did not have a good offensive line. He did a pretty damn good job. Yes, maybe the schedule was a little weak, but he still did a very solid job. I think Sanders is going to be a good NFL player. I just would not use the 3rd overall pick on Sanders. I wouldn't. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you love Sanders, but I would not use the 3rd pick. Now, I wonder why a lot of teams, or not teams rather, but a lot of NFL experts are thinking that Sanders is going to slide down the draft board. I'm curious. I'm wondering why all of a sudden. Peter Schrager also mentioned that all this talk about Aaron Rodgers is not out of pocket and that there is a very real possibility that it could happen. So if it happens, awesome. If it happens, get him. Draft a quarterback, whether that's with the 3rd pick, whether that's you trade up to 1 or whether you go and grab him with a 34th overall pick. Jackson Dart, for example, to sit behind Aaron Rodgers. I think that's a really good idea. Rodgers, could he be a distraction? Sure. But he could also potentially be a pretty good teacher. He could mentor somebody, and I know and I believe that's the role he would know that he would have going in if he were to be the New York Giants quarterback in 2025. We still need to take care of that offensive line and make sure that they're healthy up there. Andrew Thomas has to be healthy. I love Illuminor. I do. Runyon, who knows if he'll be on the team. I believe he has 2 more years, right? I think. But I'm thinking the Giants are going to be in the market for a right guard. Schmitz, I'm hoping he's healthy. Former 2nd round draft choice. I'm hoping he's healthy. But his first 2 years in the league weren't very good. So I would love them to beef up that offensive line. And if we could land Travis Hunter with the 3rd overall pick, sign Aaron Rodgers, get Shedeur Sanders late 1st round if we trade it up, or whoever at 34, a QB, that would be kind of cool. And then for some reason, if you go and have a bad year, you may have a top 5 1st round draft pick in a draft in 2026 that's going to have a strong quarterback class. So we'll see what happens. We know Joe Shane is going to take as many swings as he can when it comes to the quarterback position. So we'll see what happens. And also, too, keep this in mind. Dable and Shane are trying to save their jobs. So if bringing in Aaron Rodgers is going to save their job, they're going to do just that.